So a little bit of interesting news. Vermintide 2 is currently free on Steam. As such, I guess that we're going to see an influx of new players, and for that reason I thought I would make a video that is a little bit new player friendly, but also old player friendly, if that makes sense. It does whatever, doesn't matter, and it is what is the best melee weapons in the game of Vermintide 2? Fantastic question, one we're going to endeavour to answer here today. And so we're going to be ranking, as it were, the best weapons in the game right now. And this isn't going to be your typical tier system that you've surely seen brandished about on YouTube. No, I have basically crafted my own ranking system, which in my opinion is far more efficient. Basically what we'll do is we'll establish the 5 best weapons in the game. We'll have a little chat about why they are the best weapons in the game, and if you fail to use them, you do so at your own peril. And then we'll disregard all other weapons entirely and not mention them at all. And this is really a metaphor for life. There are those that win and command respect and attention, and there's those that don't. And we're certainly not the latter. We're all going to make it because we make informed decisions, and we invest in ourselves, we avoid sarcasm, we wake up every morning and we say, what can I do today to become a better Vermintide player? And of course today, that is to watch this video. And so take heed, take warning, these are the 5 best weapons in the game, guaranteed, no swaps, infallible. It is 100%. I don't want to hear any arguments. Let's get into it. This is number 5 best weapon, and that is of course the one, the only, the Fire Sword, not to be confused with its lesser non-flaming cousin. The Fire Sword is an absolute unit. Decent mobility, it's got stagger, cleave for days. You can absolutely bully packs of elites and just deny them any opportunity to attack while they slowly burn to death. I mean, if you do have a look at the weapon's stats, it's deceiving because it doesn't look like the best weapon on paper. No attack modifiers apart from the dot damage from the burn on the push attack and the heavy attacks. No real armor damage to speak of, and no shield break. However, it's all about that heavy attack 1. Heavy attack 1 is if you don't know, so heavy attack 1 is considered by the game as the same as a shield bash. So therefore, it has infinite cleave and will hit and stagger everything in front of it, right? So just to reiterate, so like it doesn't get stopped by nothing, not by armor, shields, number of enemies, nothing. It just cleaves straight through, right? And not only does it cleave straight through, it lights them all on fire, producing 2 to 3 dots of the fire damage, right? So you can just spam heavy 1, block cancel, heavy 1, and absolutely immolate every poor little Racky in your path, man. Amazing, right? Also, just to note that heavy 2 also has the dot, so push attack has dot, heavy 1, heavy 2 have that dot damage applying, but just to note that only the push attack and heavy 1 apply 2 to 3 dots. Heavy attack 2 for some reason only applies 1 dot, right? Just one little thing to note. Amazing weapon. Put Opportunist on it. Always a solid choice. It's going to increase the stagger strength, and you can just absolutely just block heavy attack 1, block cancel all day into hordes. You're gonna set everyone on fire. You're gonna stagger them into oblivion, and you're gonna burn them all up. Absolutely amazing weapon. That's it. It's the Fire Sword. Use it if you're the battle whiz. Even if you're unchained, even if you're pyro, right? Get amongst it. Get using it. And really, if you're playing the wizard and you're not playing the battle wizard, well, you got problems. So get it, Fire Sword. Let's move on. Number 4. What is? It's the mother effing big boy bunker buster, the Cog Hammer. I mean, first of all, can we just have a look at the Cog Hammer? Look at it. I mean, it has moving cogs and sparks, a hammer on one side, an axe on the other side. I mean, what more do you want, right? It does absolutely mental single target damage with its 2 heavies, which are on par with Executioner Sword in terms of damage, but they're a bit faster. I think Executioner Sword is 0.8 second to get them out there. Cog Hammer is 0.6, and you can just bump them Racky on the head all day. It doesn't have no crit chance modifiers, but those attacks, I mean, they're quick. You can get them out quick, easy to chain, and just massive overhead damage. Really awesome stuff. Both heavies of course have shield break as well, and so any shielded enemies, you're just going to smoke their shield in basically 1 to 2 hits. Light attacks all have tank modifiers and will stagger maulers and storm vermin. Even one thing to note though, that does have a tank modifier. However, they stop when hitting armored enemies. So as soon as you hit that first armored enemy in a horde, it will stop, right? But actually, it's not too bad. You can just like continue to spam, because it will, even though it does stop when it hits a armored enemy in a horde, it will stagger them because of such high stagger strength. I mean, it's a little bit low on the mobility side of things, but it just makes up for it in spades in damage output. Just the raw damage output is just amazing. You're always going to have that green circle for elites because you're just going to be absolutely bapping them on the head all day long. And I mean, and if you don't get a green circle for elites in any game playing with the Cog Hammer, then you should uninstall this game immediately, and this video is not for you. So it's amazing on Ironbreaker, amazing on Outcast Engineer, Slayer, it's incredible, just a great weapon, and really why I love the Cog Hammer over the dual hammers or anything else is just because of just how fun it is to use. The attack animations are amazing, it looks amazing, I love the sounds, it's just fun. And of course, and guys, this is a video game, alright, you got to remember that it's a video game, we're here to have fun. If you're just turbo autism all day, just going like, well, actually, if I min-max on this, just give it a rest, alright? So now, anyway, what are we moving on to? What is number 3? What is the best weapon in the game? And of course, it is the stick and poke and shoot. It is the Rapier. I mean, what cannot be said about the Rapier that hasn't already been said about Saltspire himself? Bold, elegant, powerful, handsome, sexy, super quick attacks. Push attacks 0.26 seconds. I'm pretty sure that they're the fastest in the game. I think that the Rapier just overall is the fastest in the game. I might be wrong on that. I'm pretty sure I'm right. If I am wrong, be sure to tell me down below how much of a loser I really am. Half push cost, amazing. 25% dodge distance, 6 effective dodges, which is double your standard. Absolutely amazing. And also, if you dodge at the end of your charged attacks, you actually get a little boost to your dodge, which is pretty neat. You know, a little bit of move tech in there. But of course, we need to mention, like the real unique, amazing thing of the Rapier is, of course, that side arm, that little pow pow. So the thing that makes this weapon unique, the fact that you can hit your weapon special, right, and shoot a sidearm. It uses 0 ammo. It can crit. It can proc talents like Swift Slaying and that sort of thing. Also, you can use it while blocking, that's probably, so you've got a sidearm that does amazing, like really good damage. It drops off very quickly, but does amazing damage, and you can use it while blocking. And if you're using someone like Witch Hunter Captain that has 0 block cost for light attacks, you can be there while a berserker is slapping away at you, and you can blast them in the face while you're safely blocking. I mean, what more do you want? Also, the squishy noise it makes when you hit someone in the head is just worth using the weapon for in the first place. One thing to note about it is you have charged attacks and they have 2 levels. So holding the charge attack when you popping somebody in the head longer will do significantly more damage. And so anyway, amazing weapon, works on all the salts with the exception of the Warrior Princess, but hey, look, you can't win them all. And so we now move on to number 2. Is it number 2 already? Yeah, it is. And it is, of course, the Elf's Sword and Dagger. Seriously, I mean, what is not to love about the Sword and Dagger? Dual swords, yeah, cool, very cool. Dual daggers, yeah, cool, awesome. Put them together, okay? It's the best of both worlds, okay? You have a symphony of murder, amazing. Light attacks 1 and 2 have linesman. Light attacks 3 and 4 both have 10% inherent crit chance. Light attack 3 is a dagger strike, and it adds a little bleed effect. I mean, what more do you want? It has an amazing push attack, super quick push attack, which ignores shields, and has a 10% crit chance. I mean, amazing. Heavy 2 does a giant double bloody downward stab straight into people's head, and has a 10% crit chance. I mean, an absolute dream of a weapon. Push attacks chain into heavy 2, so you can dispatch shielded enemies very easily, like they're nothing. If that wasn't enough, push attack into heavy 2 also boosts movement speed. You're welcome. Alright, we also got half push cost, amazing. 25% dodge bonus, amazing. Double dodge count, amazing. So you can basically just run around like a mad woman and just smacking the dang heck out of rats, slicing, dicing. Absolutely amazing. If you are not using the Sword and Dagger, you should be ashamed of yourself. Get on it right now. Make your decision. Repent. It is the best weapon in the game. And this isn't just my opinion. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking that this best weapon list plays a lot like my favorite weapons list. Do not give in to such foolish notions. These are the best weapons in the game. Verified, peer-reviewed even, maybe, whatever. And this is my number 1 in this peer-reviewed, 100% infallible, without doubt. Do not say to me that this is not the best weapon in the game. It is the best weapon in the game, and it is, of course, number 1, BLS, Bretonnian Longsword. Seriously, The BLS is the Swiss Army knife of murder. Right? It is, if the Sword and Dagger is a symphony of murder, this is the Swiss Army knife of murder. It's quick, it can decimate hordes, it can decimate elites, it's intuitive to use, it's fun, it's satisfying, it looks awesome. I mean, it is the best weapon in the game. All light attacks have the linesman modifier, so you can just cut through trash all day. It's so easy to combo. Light 1, light 2 push, heavy 1, heavy 2 light, any way you want to slice it. I mean, you can't really lose with this weapon. It's amazing. Can chop through anything. You can throw out a heavy 3 every once in a while to get those mixed in elites. Like, then that's really where this absolute weapon really shines, is when, of course, in Vermintide, the toughest things that you're going to deal with is when you've got, you know, a big horde, and then you've got elites and armor and all sorts of different enemies mixed in there, and that is where the Bretonnian longsword shines, because you can just dispatch anyone very quickly, very efficiently. So the push attack, amazing. Push attack, light 3 and heavy 3 all have shield break, and they're very easy to get out. So you can chain push attack into heavy 3, right, which is going to do massive damage, and if they're not dead after that, do a light, right, that's going to chain straight into heavy, light 3, right, and then another heavy. And so you can do push attack, heavy 3, light 3, heavy 3, light 3 indefinitely, and that's going to help you just chop through anyone, big chongas, chaos warriors, whatever. Swiss Army knife of murder, guaranteed, peer reviewed. Okay, it also has a 20% dodge bonus. I mean, what more do you want? It's a two-handed weapon and it has a 20% dodge bonus. I mean, shut the dang door, right? Very easy to use. And I mean, but we haven't even mentioned the greatest thing about the BLS, and that, of course, is that's really what separates this weapon from the wheat, from the chaff. It is a unique weapon trait, and that is the ability to riposte, right? The riposte stance that you get. So when you're charging the heavy attacks, which have heavy linesman modifiers, the best heavy attacks in the game, when you're charging them, you go into riposte stance, which means that if anybody hits you while you're charging those attacks, you will effectively block. I mean, shut the front door, get out of here, get the duck in the pond. It's amazing. Okay, best weapon in the game, hands down, and it's so much fun to use. And as I said before, this is a video game, lads. All right, we're meant to be having fun here, okay? And it is the funnest and best looking weapon in the game. So anyway, that's it. Get using it. If you are Kruber, you're probably starting this game as mercenary. Get amongst it, okay? Get amongst it. Put some opportunists on us, some block cost reduction and some attack speed, and go out there and slap some rats. All right, get amongst it. Congratulations if you've just picked this game up for free. You will surely get a lot of hours, and these are my list, and as I said, they're infallible. If you do have a problem, make sure that you write a written letter to me telling me how much you hate me, and I'll be sure to answer them all. Laters.